Alright, so before we go look at gear and everything, if you've never heard the term bikepacking before, it basically just means that it's going to be bike touring but off-road. So what I'm showing right here is more of a classic touring bike. So you see you got, the rear bags, panniers, front rack on there. So this is not the bike that I'm taking. If I was doing a road ride, that's what I'd be taking. But this weekend, I'm going to try and get off-road. So, taking the mountain bike. This presents some unique challenges. I'm not going to have racks on here, so I can't use panniers, so we need to find a way to put bags elsewhere on the bike. So I'm going to be able to, or not going to be able to carry quite as much, and I want it to be, as secure as possible. I have some bags on here already. Right here is a frame bag that I actually sewed myself. This is the first time we're going to try it, and it might just fall apart on this trip, so duct tape is going to be necessary. The other bags, I already have two little ones here on the bike. Both of these, and all of the other bags actually, are from an awesome company called Relevant Designs. This is the first trip that I'm going to be trying these out as well, but from what I hear, they're awesome, and I can kind of already tell that they're high quality. Some of the bags that aren't on the bike yet are down here on the ground. You'll see them all on in a second. This is a roll-up bag that's going to go on the front handlebars. This is going to be kind of a little accessories bag that's going to go in front of that. And then lastly, there's a huge saddle bag that's going to go behind. And it all looks pretty sweet on the bike, so we'll see that in a second. Alright, so getting into the gear, I should have said before, so this is going to be a 3-day trip, and looking at the weather report, it's going to be pretty variable. The first day is going to be very nice. It's going to be about 60 degrees Fahrenheit during the day, like 40 at night. So not too cold. The following couple of days are going to be a little chillier. I think it's supposed to get down to 20 degrees at night and not get much above freezing during the day. And I'm kind of a wimp when it comes to cold weather, so as you can see here, I'm taking a lot of layers. I figure this right here is probably what I'm going to be wearing on the bike most of the time. Just have a simple base layer, and then kind of a rain-wind shell. Normally I'd only wear this in rainy conditions, but I think it's going to be cool enough that I'll probably just wear it the whole time. Over here is just a ton of layers. Kind of start from the bottom. So I got a warm pair of socks, and then kind of a medium pair of socks. I always take two, because if you get the socks wet, it really, really sucks. So you want to have a dry pair. Got some nice long underwear here. Hopefully I'll only need to use this to sleep in, and I won't ever be riding in this, but you never know. I got some gloves, and then just a whole bunch of layers. Pretty basic layering stuff. I know everyone kind of has something that works for them. So yeah, nothing too fancy here. And then just a mid-weight jacket that'll kind of fit in between everything. Alright, moving on. This is kind of going to be the sleeping setup. It's a little more than I'd like to take, but due to how cold it's going to get at night, I don't think I could get away with using a hammock. I don't really have the proper, top quilt, under quilt thing to do that. So I'm going with a tent. So the tent's up here and it's outside of the bag. So we have the rainfly, the actual, tent body and footprint itself right here, stakes and poles. I'm taking 2 sleeping bags because I don't really have a suitable colder weather bag. This first one right here, it's something RAI sells that I've actually used quite a bit. It's marketed as a 55-degree bag / liner. So this is going to be the first time that I'm actually using it as a liner. I'm going to try combining that with this guy right here. This is a bag that I used kind of all through the summer and spring this year. It's a 32-degree bag, and it's down, so it packs up really, really small, which is great. So hopefully these two combined will be warm enough. And then lastly, just a basic Thermarest sleeping pad. Should be enough insulation, but we'll see. Lastly, there's just going to be some little accessories and stuff, and I'll probably add to this. This is just the stuff that I saw that I had lying around. But basic toiletries, food, just like snacks and Cliff Bars and whatnot. Duct tape that I had mentioned before, and a headlamp. And then, yeah, we'll see what else I add to that pile. It's worth noting, so that's all the gear that I'm going to be taking. I'm not taking any sort of cooking gear. I don't think I have space to carry it. And, yeah, I'm not really taking any repair stuff either. I do have a small multi-tool that I will be taking that's in this bag. this is going to have some extra space for snacks maybe. So I have a multi-tool here, and then in this bag I have a spare tube. But other than that, I'm going to be running pretty light. I figure it's fine though. It's only a 3-day trip, and I'm staying pretty close to home this whole time, so I'm not exactly getting out there. So that's it. That's all the gear I'm taking, and I'll go ahead and put it on the bike and show you guys what that looks like. Alright, everything's on the bike. A few stuff that I left off. It's just this pile over here. You know, socks and gloves and stuff. I'm going to be wearing those, so didn't need to find a place for those on the bike. So here it is. So I guess we'll just start from the back. So this is that big saddlebag that I pointed out, and it is pretty massive, as you can tell. It's really stable on there though, and it doesn't sway around as much as you think it would. So what's in there is basically all of the layers that you saw, plus the rain fly of the tent. The rest of the tent is in the frame bag here. So I have the tent poles kind of sitting along in here, and then the stakes are sitting right here, and then the rest of it is just the footprint, the tent body itself, and that's it. And then yeah, the rain flies in here along with all the layers. Moving on from there, I did not put anything additional in here. I figure I'll just leave that as open space to put little things throughout the day. The front is a little ghetto. So there's really no good place to put a sleeping pad with this setup. If I had a self-inflating one or something smaller, I would use that, or if it was warmer I wouldn't take one at all, but just trying to work with what I have. So right here, first off, is that roll bag. It's called the Sweet Roll, made by Relevant Designs. So this has both the sleeping bag and that sleeping bag liner, the 50 to 55 degree bag, kind of rolled up inside of it. So this just straps onto the handlebars, and then also straps down to, I don't know if you can see that it's a little dark, but it's also strapped to the front fork here, so it's very stable. So those are the two bags. Around that, I've just put the sleeping pad. Show it from the front. So it's going to look like that. Like I said, not ideal, but I think it'll work. And then the bag with you know, food and accessories and stuff is just right here. Everything that's on the ground is inside here, and there's definitely some room for more, so we'll see what else I need. Past that, some stuff that was already on the bike. I mounted some water bottle cages to the front here. Some people get much more professional with this. You can get a fork that has mounts kind of already drilled out. Mine didn't have those, and I wasn't going to go out and buy one. And so what I've done here is basically just used some hose clamps to mount these cages here.